Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to a video on Humankind. We are going to be looking at the new expansion that's just coming out for Humankind called Together We Rule. It's also being paired with a big free update at the same time, and all of it is really heavily based around the concept of diplomacy. Before I jump into some of the changes here, I do want to give a big thank you to Sega for sponsoring this video. Much appreciated. Do make sure to check out all the info and the links down in the doobly-doo for more information on Humankind and the Together We Rule expansion. All right, now that that's get out of the way, let's talk about what is new here. First of all, there is a massive free update that's coming out. But just like the expansion, it does seem to be fairly worked on diplomacy thing. One of the main features, for example, is third-party reinforcements. So when you get in a battle, right? When you get on a battle on the map, it's, one player versus another player, and either one of these players could, assuming they have the technology to unlock it, can add more armies into the battle as reinforcements. Well, now, with third-party reinforcements, you can lend control of your armies to an ally for a battle. So diplomacy is so much more powerful and important, especially if you've got this sort of shared war going on with an ally versus a common enemy. You guys can group your units together in a shared battle. The other big thing is new updated independent people. Now I like this a lot because I quite like the independent people feature in this game. So, for example, we've got Kucha over here of the Tokarians, and we've got this whole system where we've got treaties and things we can do. We can increase our patronage with money and influence. Again, this is just part of the free patch, so we've updated things quite a lot. I really like this science collaboration treaty. That is a whack pile of science at this stage of the game. I'm really quite keen on that bad boy, and as soon as I get a little bit more influence, I'm going to be looking into perhaps profit sharing, although that's not that much money right now. Privilege contract. So we've got a couple of agreements here that we can do if we're really keen on leveraging their troops. And then cultural exchange over here, more influence of our ideological position on their doctrines, because these independents have their own doctrines, which I'm not particularly... Actually, that's not a bad matchup over here on World, but on the collectivism orientation, I'm not really in favor of them, which is too bad, because it would make it a little bit easier for me to make friends with these guys over here. There's also a new stealth system, and new improvements, and new UI options. Okay, so that's the base patch itself. Those are some of the highlights. There's a ton more changes as well. But let's talk about the expansion content with Together We Rule. So one of the things in Together We Rule, there is a new district called an embassy. So you build one of these. Which one's the art? Oh, that's infrastructure. That's not what I was looking for. Oh, I guess I'd be looking at it on the map. Oh, man. I'm so blind. You know me, I will never, ever, ever see it where I built the embassy on the map. I'm so sorry. I'll never be able to notice because of how I operate. No, those are statues of Zeus. Anyway, the embassy lets you do some new stuff. It allows you to unlock new interactions with other empires, which they say form stronger ties and things. If we take a look at one of these guys, you see we got the embassy option over here.
Have my ear.
So if we can develop leverage, and there's a few different ways to get this, one of the big things is using your envoys and picking up some intel on the map. With this leverage, we've got a few extra actions that we can take, for example. But in addition to that, we've got these new agreements. This is quite funky. The AI asks me for this all the time, presumably when they're building their own wonder. If we have a monumental contractors agreement with each other, then what happens is we will be able to, there's not one currently in their way, but if my sort of friend, let's say friend, the person I have the agreement with anyway, if they are building a wonder, I can contribute to the wonder itself, and based on how much I contribute, I get a reward when the wonder is done. For example, one of my neighbors was building a wonder. I contributed quite a lot of production to it, and I think they were building the Stonehenge, actually, so I helped them build the Stonehenge, and then I was able to pick an option that gave me over 2,000 money, or 2,000 influence, or something else that I can't recall right now. I took the influence, which lets me grab a bunch more provinces very quickly, which was excellent. Really good way to expand my territories in a rapid way. Yeah, we have this new currency called leverage, and oops, I didn't mean to hotkey over to this unit. I wanted to pan down over here. I have an envoy on the way, right over here. So here are some spots on the map where I can gain leverage. So you have to send an envoy to do this, which is a new unit. These are kind of interesting because they can go through borders and everything like that. They're not combat units. I mean, technically they've got some combat stats, but that's not really what they're here for. But what they can do is they can walk all over the place. They can pick up leverage like this over here, which we can use, and it's always spawning in enemy territory because this is, well, enemy. Foreign territory, I guess, would be the better thing. In theory, I mean, we're playing a diplomatic game. Maybe they're not going to be enemies. For now. Anyway, you can pick that up, then you can use that leverage in that diplomacy screen, which is quite cool. The other thing that you can do with these units is you can actually park them in cities, which is going to give both sides influence. It also, you can visit independent people for more leverage as well, or, sorry, more patronage. Wrong term. So you can put them in the foreign cities or the independent cities like that and get yourself that extra patronage. So these envoys are very useful. There is a cap to how many you can build. We can actually see that if we pop into one of these cities. Envoys. Oh, by the way, the embassy district that you can build, it is just one per empire. So you just pop one down and you're just good and done. But yeah, so we can see my envoy limit is currently at 6. Limit depends. Oh, there. Hold on. Limit depends on the number of empires at the beginning of the game, as we can see over here. So what else? I've got my my patch notes open in the other window here. Right, the new unit family is Agent, which the Envoy is an example of that. Oh, and we've got new cultures. Okay, there's new wonders as well, which is quite cool. A new inter-empire form, the Congress of Humankind, where you can globally vote on globally enacted laws, resolve conflict through diplomatic pressure, which is really cool. But let's talk about the fact that, yes, we do indeed have some new cultures. Now, I don't think there's a quick and easy way for me to go back and look at the ones I've skipped. The 6 new cultures are, they have a new affinity, which is diplomatic, and those cultures are Sumerians, Han, Bulgarians, Swiss, Scots, and Singaporeans. I can currently go and pick the Bulgarians, because I'm ready to go into the next era over here. The truly strong may fight with many arms, but speak with one voice. So they are diplomats, so they get more fame if we get diplomat era stars, and then the Bulgarians specifically get extra leverage if we defeat an enemy in a battle without losing any units, and we can build the Knyaz library. Listen, I know I'm not saying it right, just deal with it for more info. I mean, this is specific to the Bulgarians over here. The diplomatic star thing is for all the diplomatic culture groups, but the Bulgarians are specifically getting this. We've got the Bogatari unique unit over here, range mounted unit, very cool. So anyway, we'll adopt the Bulgarians, for example. Look at this outfit. Oh, it looks so good. Confirm.
Wisdom.
Well, this is the same cutscene as before. I'll just skip it in the interest of time here,
who also happen
and
to
we
have
can
a
ignore
very
this.
Convincing cavalry. Now that's innovation.
See, that's us. That's the description of the Bulgarians properly. And yeah, so if we collect leverage, we get diplomat stars. Every nation should have access to diplomat stars, but we will get bonus fame. Just like every culture in humankind, whatever their focus on, if they get stars of that kind, they get bonus fame. So here's a diplomatic one. We would get bonus fame for accruing diplomatic stars. So one of the ways to do that is to get more leverage. I don't know if I can pick them up. Yes, diplomatic immunity. Oh, yes. We've got the demilitarization power over here. I'm not going to read all this text because there's a lot of it, but feel free to pause and go. All right. Ooh, we got some diplomacy going on.
Seek the greater good.
So the AI really tends to like this quite a bit, the monumental contractors. That's probably
makes good sense. I say yes.
I'm fully voice acted.
This bodes very well. Yes, very
So
well
good.
indeed.
And I guess Brooke is as well. Okay, so now that we've got that, I would not be surprised. Oh, I should move my envoys out here, actually. I'm going to send one... I'll just send you down here for now. And this unit... I can just leave this army where it is. I'm cool with this for now for my demos. I'm going to send one kind of... How about the San Lorenzo? Excellent. My cities need construction. There you go. See, shared projects. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon and Anchor are over here. I can contribute to help constructing these things over here, for example. So if I did this, theoretically, you know what? It's got no time here. I wonder if they haven't actually placed it down yet. That might be the case. They may have just claimed it, but not actually placed it down. These libraries, yeah, more influence, more stability is quite good. Especially if I can get the state religion spreading. I don't know if there's a... You know, I'm not going to worry too much about placement here. I'm just going to go for speed. I need to get my my research quarters down as well. Yeah, these will give the same. Oh, these will eat less food if I do that. I like that. Maybe I can put another one next door to this or something like that. That's going to be all right. Okay, I could probably just sleep these for the demo. There we go. I just picked up some leverage here. Ooh, new grievance available. Oh, I don't know what kind of shenanigans we can get into. So yeah, we're going to want to keep picking up these grievances on the map. I mean, the Humankind map is so gorgeous. It's nice to have extra interactions with it over here. And then, yeah, this envoy here, we could probably just, like, sleep it in San Lorenzo. And do we get a breakdown? I believe cultural bridges is what this is representing. I might be wrong. Oh, cultural bridges. No, right there. There you go. The envoy's empire, that's me, gains 10% of the visited foreign city's influence per turn for each envoy unit in the territory. The owner of the city receives the same amount of extra influence. And there you go. It just lasts forever. While it's here, we're both getting a benefit from it. So there's more reason to actually have positive diplomatic relations with your neighbors now with the Together We Rule expansion, which I think is really quite cool. That I was actually always impressed by Humankind's ability to have some good, strong friendships and to kind of unify together for the common, common pursuit of victory. And I like that they've expanded that. And of course, we can, diplomacy by other means, or what's the quote? War is diplomacy by other means. So, I mean, there's certainly still some options, but especially I like that some of these are like strong arm maneuvers, right? Your demands have stood unanswered for too long. Will they be honored, or is it war on the horizon? So we get some leverage, do an ultimatum. The ultimato over here. Scientific correspondence. Whoa. Tech reduction on technologies researched by other empires. Very handy dandy. But yeah, I mean, maybe I shouldn't be getting to the Monumental Contractors Agreement unless I actually have, like, a wonder that I've claimed and have not built yet. But at the same time, it is still kind of rewarding. Yeah, you're helping people build their wonders faster. But I gotta say, that 2,000 influence early on that I did from the first construction, and even another one, I only put like one turn of construction in. I got like 400 or 500. That's a pretty significant amount of influence. And, for all I know, maybe the money would have been better to rush some construction. But especially early on in the game, I felt like the influence was really hard to ignore. And I mean, they'd already claimed the wonder, so they were going to build it anyway. So I figured, well, if I get them to build it a few turns earlier and I get a big benefit from it, that seems kind of like a net positive to me. So I went ahead and did it. Oh yeah, you have no stability. Do I have more? Oh, there we go. I can get you your aqueduct. We'll do that. I might actually end up building some garrisons over here just to boost the stability. We'll see. Ooh, land and freedom. What do we got going on here? Yeah, I think... Do I want to spend the... Yeah, let's do it. More food, more better.
Why should individual wealth and political connections determine the state?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I'd cut him off. We do have this intelligence view as well, right? The intelligence view, the detection of each territory is detailed on map. We got the stealth listed as well. Ooh, thank you. If your district's unit provide detection, they reinforce detection territory they're in. Concealed armies in that territory has detection. Their stealth will decrease by the territory's best detection each turn. It's kind of neat. I don't think I've ever seen a game that enforces or enacts, I don't think that's the right word, implements stealth in this way. The idea that stacks of units have a certain amount of stealth value, which is countered by the detection value. Very cool, I think, for a 4X game like this. I can see this sort of thing being especially nasty in multiplayer, perhaps, where suddenly you can sneak units around. I mean, right now I don't have any detection anywhere, but maybe that becomes something increasingly important to build. I haven't gotten to the late game with this expansion yet. Mostly just, I'm just having fun over here with my new start. I started as the Egyptians, and then I went to the Celts. Egyptians are pretty good. I still really like the Harappans? I think that's their name. I really like the Harappans as the first era one for lots of food, but my start was actually pretty food rich, so it was a pretty easy choice this time around to go with the Egyptians, because what you get to keep as the Egyptians, a 10% district industry cost discount, like for the entire game. That seems pretty strong. And then the second level, I did go with Celts for some additional food, because I did feel like I wanted a little bit more, in there. I don't think I'm really working the balance. I could probably cut back on a lot of the food production in these cities. I should probably have some more industry or science. I don't know. Hard to make a decision over there. I mean, the sign of a good 4X game is always, I want all the things. right? I want all the food, all the industry, all the science, and I guess money wouldn't hurt either. How do you prioritize? Well, I guess that's how you play the game. Anyway, I guess that brings us to the end of this little look-see of Humankind, the Together We Rule expansion, and the patch that's associated with it. I think it's excellent. Of course, this video was sponsored by Sega, and I'm very thankful for them to do that, but I'm really excited to see more content coming to Humankind. I had a lot of fun with it, and it's been a while since we've revisited it, so clearly we are well overdue for a Let's Play. But unfortunately, I wasn't actually able to start the Let's Play today. Plus, I wanted to make sure that I was in sort of the, well, I was going to say mid-game, but I guess this is still early-ish game, just so that I could at least showcase some of the new mechanics, although we didn't get quite to the point where I've unlocked the Congress of Humankind. We'd have to get to the early modern era for that, but still. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks a lot. Again, check the inscriptions down in the info down in the description for links and whatnot, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.